Hello everyone, myself Manmohan Vishwas and welcome to my channel Engineers Creator. I am studying Bachelor of Technology in Civil Engineering from Alia University, Kolkata, and I am a student of second year Civil Engineering Department, and some my data are given there. Today I will discuss the topic of bricks under the guidance of Mr. Mohsin Jamal sir on bricks, which is including our building material. So as you can see, this is my presentation. Let's start. Introduction. Brick. What is brick? Brick is one of the oldest building material and it is extensively used at present as a loading material in construction method because of its durability, strength, reliability, low cost, easy available, etc. Brick manufactured by molding burnt clay or mixture of sand, lime or Portland cement concrete in rectangular blocks of uniform size and then drying the burning this block. Brick are used for building up exterior and interior walls, partition, barriers, footing and other load-bearing structure. As you know, this is the picture of bricks. Then the standard size of brick is 19 into 9 into 9 centimeter, are also known as modular brick. Next, in masonry brick is 19 into 9 into 9 centimeter brick with mortar. It becomes 20 into 10 into 10 centimeter. Weight of such brick is 3 kg. An indent called fork, 1.2 centimeter deep, is providing in the brick and size of fork should be 10 into 4 into 1 centimeter. Purpose of providing fork is to form a key for holding the mortar. Therefore, the brick are laid with fork on top. Some notes are there. In many parts of the country, brick are still made in non-standard size, which are called as traditional bricks. This is the important things. Or field brick size of such brick is 23 into 11.4 into 7.6 centimeter. As you know, this is the picture of traditional brick. Next, classification of brick on field practice. Clay bricks are classified as first class, second class, third class, and fourth class based on their physical and mechanical properties. Some of following points are given below. These bricks are stable molded and they are burned in clinks. These are thoroughly burned and of deep red, cherry or copper color. And surface should be smooth and rectangular with parallel, sharp and straight edge and square corner. Next, it should be free from flaw, crack and stone. Next, it should have uniform texture. This is important. No impression should be left on the right brick when a sketch is made by fingernail. Then, fracture surface of the bricks should not be lumps of lime. Then, metallic or ringing sound should come when two bricks are struck against each other. Then, water absorption equal to 12 to 15% of its dry weight when immersed in cold water for 24 hours is allowed. Next, crushing strength greater than equal to 10 Newton per millimeter square. As you know, uses of bricks. First class bricks are recommended for pointing, exposed facework in masonry structure, flooring and reinforced brickworks. There are some pictures given there. This is first class brick, this is second class brick, this is third class brick, this is fourth class brick. And next I will discuss Second class brick. As you know, what is second class brick? These brick have same requirement as first class brick except for all one listed below. These brick are ground molded and their burnt clings. Next, small crack and distortion are permitted. Next, water absorption equal to 16 to 20% of its dry weight is allowed. Next, crushing strength greater than equal to 7.0 Newton per millimeter square. And second class brick uses are given there. Second class brick are recommended for all important or unimportant hidden masonry works and centering of reinforced brick and reinforced cement concrete RCC structure. And next I will discuss third class of brick. These brick are ground molded and they are burned in clumps. These brick are soft and reddish yellow color. Next, produce a dull sound when struck with each other. Water absorption of third class brick is 25% of dry weight. It's allowed. Next, these have rough surface with irregular and distorted edge. And next, there are uses for unimportant and temporary structure and at place where rainfall is not heavy. And last, what is fourth class brick? These bricks are overburnt and badly distorted in shape and size, are brittle in nature. There are uses. Ballast of such bricks is used for foundation and floor in lime concrete and road metal because of fact that own burnt bricks have a compact structure and hence they are sometimes found to be stronger than even first class brick. There are some important note. The burnt clay bricks having compressive strength more than 40.0 Newton per millimeter square are known as heavy duty bricks and are uses for heavy duty structure such as brick foundation for industrial building, multi-story building, etc. The water absorption of this brick is limited for 5%. So there are four class brick I'll discuss. And next, classify of strength of bricks. Bureau of Indian Standard BIS has classified the brick on the basis of compressive strength and is as given table below. There are given data. You can see. Next, I will discuss properties of good brick. As you know, size and shape of bricks. Brick should have uniform size and plain rectangular surface with parallel side and sharp straight edge. Next, color. Brick should have uniform deep color or cherry color as indicate for uniformity in chemically composition and toughness in the burning of the brick. Next, texture and compactness. Surface should not be too smooth to cause slipping of mortar. The brick should have pre-compact and uniform texture. Next, hardness. Brick should so hard when scratched by a finger nail. No impression is made. Next, soundness. When two bricks stuck together, a metallic sound should be produced. Next, water absorption is most important. Less than equal to 20% of its dry weight when kept immersed in water for 24 hours. Next, crushing strength greater than equal to 10 Newton per meter square. Next, brick earth should be free from stone, grit, organic matter, etc. Now, I will discuss composition of good brick. This is the important parameter of bricks. Properties of various ingredients is as below. Silica 50 to 60%, alumina 20 to 30%, lime 10%, magnesia less than 1%, ferric oxide less than 7%, and next alkalis less than 10%. And next I will briefly discussion for good composition of bricks. Silica 50 to 60%. Number 1, it prevents cracking, shrinking and warping of raw bricks. Next, number 2, the imparts durability and uniform shape to bricks. Next, excess of silica destroy the cohesion between particles and the brick become brittle. Next, alumina 20 to 30%. Number 1, it absorbs water and imparts plasticity to the earth such that it can be molded. Next, number 2, if alumina is present in excess, it causes crack in bricks on drying and becomes too hard when burned. Next, clay having high alumina are found to be very refractory. Next, lime. Lime is most important parameter of good composition of bricks. Number 1, prevents the shrinkage on drying. Number 2, it causes silica, clay to melt on burning and hence help to bind it. Next, excess of lime causes the brick to melt and hence brick loses its shape. The excess of lime causes the brick to melt and hence brick loses its shape. Then red bricks are obtained on burning at considerably high temperature, more than 18 degrees Celsius, and above. Burning bricks are formed by increasing the lime content. Next, magnesia. Magnesia less than 1%. Number 1, a small quantity of magnesia in brick earth imparts yellow tint to the brick and decrease shrinkage. Number 2, but excess of magnesia leads to the decay of bricks. Next, last, iron oxide less than 7%. It gives a red color on burning when excess of oxygen is available, and dark brown or even brown when oxygen available is insufficient, but excess of ferric oxide makes the dark blue. Number 2, the improved impermeability and durability. Number 3, it gives strength and hardness. So I hope you will understand. Then, harmful ingredients in brick earth. Number 1, limes. If lime is present in excess, color of bricks changes from red to yellow. Number 2, when lime is present in lumps, it absorbs shell and causes disintegration of the brick. Next, hence lime should be present finely divided straight and lumps should be removed in the beginning itself. Number 2, iron pyrites. If pyrites are present in earth, then brick tend to oxide, the decompose during burning and may split into pieces. Pyrites of discolor the brick. Next, pebbles, uh, gravels, grits. It does not allow clay to be mixed uniformly and thoroughly, which will result in weak and porous brick. Next, brick containing pebbles will not break regular as desired. I hope everyone understood. And next, alkalis. Excess of alkalis causes brick to melt, loses their shape. This causes efflorescence when brick come in contact in moisture, water is absorbed and the alkalis crystallize. Then organic matter. During burning of brick, organic matter gets burned completely, leaving behind pores and hence making bricks porous. It also absorbs water and therefore reduces strength of brick. Next, water. What is the most important parameter of bricks? A large amount of free water causes sinkage of bricks on drying, whereas combined water causes sinkage during burning. Last, sulfur. If sulfur is present in bricks, earth in sufficient time is given for oxidation of carbon and sulfur, then sulfur will causes the formation of spongy. Then manufacture of bricks. In the process of manufacture bricks, following operation involved. There are given flow chart: preparation of brick earth, unsoiling, digging, weathering, blending, tempering, then molding, drying, burning, etc. These are the operation involved in manufacture of clay bricks. After that, preparation of brick earth. Clay of bricks is prepared in the following order: unsoiling, digging, cleaning, weathering, blending, and then tempering. What is unsoiling? Top layer of soil about 200 mm depth is taken out and thrown away as clay in top soil is full of impurities and hence it is rejected for the purpose of preparation brick. Then digging. What is digging? Clay is then dug out from the ground and spread on the level ground just a little deeper. Then the general level of ground, the height of heaps of clay is about 60 mm to 1200 mm. Then what is cleaning? Clay obtained from the process of digging should be free from stone, pebbles, vegetable matters, etc. If these particles are in excess, the clay is to be washed and skinning. Such process naturally will provide to be to to be travel some and expensive. Next, weathering. Clay is then exposed to atmosphere for softening. Period of expose varies from few weeks for full season. For a large project, the clay is dug out just before the monsoon and is allowed to weathering throughout the monsoon. Next is the important parameter of bleeding. Clay is made loose and any ingredient to be added to it is spared out at its top. It is carried out by taking small portion of clay every time and by turning it up and down in vertical direction. I hope everyone understood. And last, tempering. Clay is brought to a proper degree of hardness and it is made fit for the next process of molding. For manufacture of good bricks, tempering is uh, done in pug mills and operation is called pugging. So there are some points given below. In pug mills, feeding of clay from top and taking out pugged clay from bottom are done simultaneously. Tempering of clay is done such that the bricks earth can be rolled without breaking in small teats of 3 mm diameter. There is picture of pug mill. Next, molding. It is the process of grieving requires shape to be brick from prepared brick earth. Molding are two types, hand molding and machine molding. What is hand molding? This method is adopted when manpower is cheap and easily available for manufacture of bricks usually done on small scale. Molds are rectangular boxes of wood or steel, open the top and bottom. Hand molding bricks are two types, such as ground molded bricks and table molded bricks. Up next, what is machine molding? Uh, molding uh, Molding is done with the help of machine when bricks are required in large number of quantity in a short span of time. Machine molding can further be classified into two ways. One is plasticity clay machine method and another is dry clay machine method. Next, number 3, drying. What is drying? If green bricks are burned are likely to be cracked and distorted. Therefore, molded bricks are dry to remove moisture for controlling to shrinkage and saving of fuel during. What is burning? It is normally practiced for drying molding bricks to approx moisture content of 5 to 7%. Next point is there are two methods of drying. One is natural drying and another is artificial drying. Next, what is burning? It is very important process in manufacturing of bricks as it provides hardness and strength to the brick and makes them dense and durable. Next, bricks should be burned properly. If bricks are overburned, they will be brittle and hence break easily. If they are underburned, they will be soft and hence cannot carry loads. Next, burning of bricks can be divided into three stages. Number one, dehydration. Uh, number point. Uh, Number 1 point: the water which has been retained in the process in the pores of the clay after drying in driven up, and the clay loses its plasticity. Then some of the carbonaceous matter is burned. Next, a portion of sulfur is distilled from pyrites. Number 2, oxidation period. 650 to 900 degree cell. Number 1, uh, remained of carbon eliminate, and number 2, the ferrous iron is oxidized to the ferric form. Number 3, removal of sulfur is complete only after carbon has been eliminated. Number 3, uh, vertification. Number 1, convert the mass into glass-like substance. The temperature range from 900 to 1100 degrees Celsius for low melting clay, and 1000 degree to 100 1000 to 1 to 50 degrees Celsius for high melting clay. Number 3, special care is required into cooling the brick below the cherry red heat in order to avoid cracking and shaking and cracking. And next, you can see uh, this is the important parameter of bricks. Testing of brick. A brick generally subject to following test to find out suitability for the construction work. Number 1, water absorption test. IS 3495 part 3. Water absorption of brick depends on their porosity, which is due to voids of various size present in the bricks. Next, almost the brick absorb water by uh, capillary action. Number 2, permeability measure the travel of moisture through a brick. Next, percentage of water absorption gives indicate of compactness, which is obtained from burning. Next, 24 hours immersion cold water test. Dry bricks are kept in oven 105 to 115 degrees Celsius till it attains content mass. Next, after cooling the brick to room temperature, its weight is recorded. Then, now bricks are immersed in water at temperature 27 degrees Celsius for 24 hours. Next, brick are then taken out of water and with a drum cooled and weighted. Next, water absorption into percent given there. Average water absorption shall not be more than 20% by weight up to class given there. For water absorption less than 5%, danger of forced action is negligible. Next, I will discuss compressive strength test. IS 3495 part 1. Brick are often subject to large compression stress. Compressive stress of brick provides a basic comparison of quality of brick, but it is of little value of determining the strength of well. As strength wall mainly depend on the strength of mortar. As per IS 1077/1976, common building bricks shall have minimum strength 35 kgf per centimeter square or 3.5 Newton per millimeter square. Next, brick is immersed in water for 24 hours. Next, flock of brick is filled flush with 1.3 mortar and the brick stored under damp gunny bags for 24 hours followed by immersed in clean water for 3 days. Next, brick is then placed in compression testing machine and load is applied axially at the uniform rate of 14 Newton per millimeter square, and maximum load at which bricks fail is recorded for calculation of compressive strength. Next, compressive strength equal to maximum load at failure by loaded area of bricks. Next, average compressive strength of common burnt clay bricks. This flow chart are given there below. This is. Next, warpage test. IS 3495 part 4. Warpage of the bricks measured with the help of flat steel or glass surface and measuring regular graduated in 0.5 mm division of weights of steel 60 into 15 into 15 millimeter. Concave warpage. Flat surface of the brick is placed along the surface to be measured, selecting the location that gives the greatest derivation from straightness. Next, greatest distance of brick surface from the edge straightness is measured by steel or rule of wedge. Next, convex warpage. Brick is placed on the plane surface with the convex surface in contact with the flat surface, and the distance of four corners of bricks are measured from the first surface. Largest distance is reported as warpage. Higher of the distance measured in concave and convex surface test is taken at warpage. After next, efflorescence test. IS 3495 part 6. Ends of brick are kept in 150 millimeter diameter portion of glass dish containing 25 millimeter depth of water at room temperature 20 degree to 30 degree Celsius till the entire water is absorbed or evaporate. Next, water is again filled to 25 millimeter depth in the dish and allowed to be absorbed by the brick or evaporate. Next, brick are examined after second evaporation. An area of white is measured on the bricks. Next, presence of efflorescence is classified as. Next, nil. Deposit of efflorescence is imperceptible. Slide. Deposit of efflorescence does not cover more than 10% of the exposed area of the brick. Moderate. The Deposit of efflorescence is more than 10% but less than 50% of the exposed area of the brick. Next, heavy. Deposit of efflorescence is more than 50% but the deposit do not powder mm, or flake away the brick surface. Next, serious. Deposit are heavy and powder flake away to brick surface. Next, the specification limit for efflorescence to be not more than moderate 10 to 50% up to class 12.5 and not more than light less than 10% for higher class. Defect of bricks. Number 1. Overburnt of bricks. If the bricks are overburnt, a soft molded mass is produced and the brick loses their shape. Such bricks are not used for construction works. Next, I will discuss under burning of bricks. When bricks are not burned properly, the clay is not subtained because of insufficient heat and the pores are not closed. Next, this result is higher degree of water absorption and less compressive strength. Next, such bricks are not recommended for construction work. Next, I will discuss bloating. The defect is observed a spongy marks over the surface of burned bricks. Next, it is causes due to presence of excess carbonaceous matter and sulfur in brick clay. Next, black core. When brick clay contain bituminous matter or carbon and they are not completely removed by oxidation, the brick result in brick core mainly because of improper burning. Next, efflorescence. This is causes because of alkalis presence in brick. This is causes because of alkalis presence in bricks. Next, when brick come in contact with moisture, water is absorption and the alkalis crystallizes. Next, deformation of the shape or bricks causes by the rainwater falling on hot bricks is known as troughs. Check or cracks. This is because of lime or excess of water. Next, in case of lime, when brick come in contact with water, the absorbed water reacts with lime nodules. There are some points are given below. Next, spores. Spores. If sulfite is present in the brick clay, it causes dark surface spores on the brick surface. Such bricks are not only harmful but also unsuitable for exposed masonry works. There are some picture of bricks. This is defects of bricks. Look at this. Defect of bricks. This type of defect of bricks. This type of defect of bricks. And this. Next, some name of special type of bricks. Number 1, burnt clay bricks. Number 2, sand lime bricks. Number 2, fire bricks, fly ash brick, air brick, hollow bricks. Types of bricks used in construction. These are the special type of bricks. I have complete this chapter over bricks. I think everyone able to understood. I try my best. So thanks all, and I suggest that one of the best building material construction book is Rangola. Thank you all.